God bless you, everybody. Good morning. God knows best. Our devotional text comes out of the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. And the word of the Lord tells us, trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice in everything you do, everywhere you go. He's the only one who will keep you on track. Wow. That was from the Message Bible. The Common English Bible says it like this, and the word of the Lord tells us that trust in the Lord with all your heart. Don't rely on your own intelligence. Know Him in all your paths, and He will keep your ways straight. My. The King James Version says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy paths. To God be the glory. The New Living Translation says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. And the New Revised Standard Version says, the word of the Lord tells us, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not rely on your own insight. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. And I want to encourage somebody that no matter what it looks like or what it feels like, God knows it. God knows what's best. And the thing is that when you are around different people, people may see the worst in you, but God sees the best in you. And the thing is that the problem with this world is that it doesn't fit. And the thing is that many of us, we try to fit into different crowds of the world to make other people look good or feel good. But we know deep down in us that it's not right. The thing is that you don't got to try to fit into nowhere where you feel like you don't belong. You fit in with God. You're just right where you need to be. And where you need to be is where God has planted you and where God has placed you. We were made to live with God. On earth, we live by faith and not by sight. The thing is that it's like a t-shirt that's 2 sizes too small. And people say, oh, it'll do for now. But the thing is that if you have a shirt that is not your size, if you even try to squeeze into it, it's not going to work. When you try to squeeze into different crowds, of course they're going to reject you because they're jealous of you. But when you fit in with God, you'll fit in right where you need to be. We were made to live forever, but on this earth we live but for a moment. We must trust God no matter what the circumstance or situation may be. But the thing is that we have to trust that God knows best and that God knows what's ahead and God knows what He is doing. We got to follow God's lead. We got to follow God's guiding, His instructions, so that we can know what He would have us to do. The prophet Isaiah says in Isaiah chapter 57 verses 1 and 2, the good men perish, the godly die before their time, and no one seems to wonder why. No one seems to realize that God is taking them away from evil days ahead, which means you got to watch out for evil people. You got to watch out for those people who may come to you like a wool in sheep clothing. You got to watch out for those people who are going to want to be cool with you because of your anointing. They want to draw your energy, because many times people will draw your energy. People will pull you away from your anointing. The New Living Bible says, "For the godly who die shall rest in peace." What a thought that is. God is taking his people away from the evil days ahead. And the thing is that only God knows what is around the corner. The thing is that, people of God, we cannot tell God what he needs to do, when he needs to do it, and how he needs to do it. God does things how he wants it, how it's needed. And the thing is that God does things in his timing and in his order. We got it all backwards. We think that we can do things on our own. But let me tell you this. Without God, we're nothing. Without God, we are lost and we are empty. Let God do what he said he will do. Let God do what needs to be done. You got to let God do it. If God said it, he's going to do it. You know why? Because God knows best. And the thing is that we got to stop trying to downplay and doubt God when God doesn't do things our way. We got to get out of the way and let God work and let God move. When you know that God knows best, you got to trust God with all your heart and not lean on your own or people's understandings, but in all your ways acknowledge God and let God direct and order your steps in his word.